EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Bay State in Massachusetts. Welcome to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Throwing right away, it's May. Hit as he threw it, and the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Off the play fake, here's May. He's going to keep it himself. And May will not risk it. Into the slide, and he's got the first down. That's 17 yards, and that's a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
To throw on first down is May. He finds Bell. That's caught.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. And it'll be a pickup of 3, so 3rd down, forthcoming. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And that is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, here's the 1st-round pick from April's draft. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Gino. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
From the shotgun, it's Smith. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. And Landon Roberts in there on the tackle. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Throwing on second down. May. That's complete to Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Now, this might not look like much, right? It's a simple check down to his running back to pick up modest gain. But this is the development this team is very excited. This young quarterback continuing to get his feet wet, playing in the National Football League. This is the progress that has this fan base really excited.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. May to throw on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it's going to be third down. To throw again is May, and that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Here's Bryce Baringer now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They had a disappointing quick 3-and-out on that opening drive, so they'll try it again here in a scoreless game with 1st and 10. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Give a tight end motioning left here. Play action now. It's no chance at all. He'll go down.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. Third and long. Now, Gino. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. Open man, Demario Douglas. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Man in motion, it's Diggs. On 2nd down, it's May. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Here's a give, running right, it's Stevenson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
They'll go play action with May. Now he takes off. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Off the play fake, it's Matt. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Nice job bouncing back there on 2nd down. 1st down, they gave up way too many yards and put them in 2nd and short. But now they can gain some of that back with that sack and brings up 3rd and medium, and the likelihood of getting off the field just went up.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. Throwing on 3rd down is May. A hit, and he has lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
On comes the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. The Raiders offense getting set to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. They'll go with a counter on 1st down. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Robert Spillane spills him there. In motion is Myers. Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. He'll get this out to the left flat. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Smith. Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. He'll manage only a couple. Jack Gibbons is there to bring him down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Second down and 8. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll go play action. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack. It is Harold Landry working his way in for the sack.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one.
And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for the Raiders. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Patriots offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. On the handoff, it's Stevenson. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. They'll go again here with Stevenson. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. He'll land in Roberts in there on the tackle. Here's second and 9. Working out of the gun. It's May. A throw here, right side. Falls incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Third down and 9. Throwing is May. And this ball incomplete on third down.
So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the first quarter, but that was their third attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. I think you got to start looking elsewhere. You don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him.
That's fielded at about the 18. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll begin with first and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. Into space at the 45. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Gino to throw. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And When you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Gino now on 1st and 10. He'll find Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
3rd and 5. Here's Gino. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Here's Mostert. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time with Mostert. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Raheem Mostert. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Marcus Jones now to return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7 0 our score as this drive begins with a 1st down. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Off the play fake, here's May. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
For an offense that really hasn't had a lot of things go right up until this point, those are the plays that you just have to make. Those can be a spark for the rest of the game, and it's amazing how quickly things can turn. But instead, he overthrows his receiver, and it's all for nothing.
Here's a check down. Gibson out of the backfield. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll find Stevenson out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Raiders offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
A second down throw for Smith. That's caught downfield by Tucker. Inside the 10. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 87 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. Carlson now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Patriots offense ready to get back to work. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. Pass completed to Douglas. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw is May. That's into the hands of Diggs. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
A run here with Stevenson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Hey, Mike, you know the best time to pick up 1st downs is? On 1st downs. Don't wait for 3rd down. We see it here. 3 plays in a row, 3 1st downs on chunk plays, and this offense is rolling.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. We'll go right back to Stevenson. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. To throw now, May. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
You don't want to make a living off of making these kind of throws, Mike. It's one thing to throw into tight coverage, but it's another thing to throw into tight double coverage. And while the quarterback gets away with one here, I don't think you want to make a living doing it.
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Patriots. Extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good. And the Patriots are on the board. It's now 14-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Dylan Laube, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start this drive. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Taking off, he'll try to get there. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
Smith now to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Look wide. Get this one complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now, Gino. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Stevenson. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Here's the punter now, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. From the gun, it's Gino. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
If this was just one guy dominating them up front, there's a lot of things that you can do. You can chip them. You can double team them. You can start sliding the offensive line and pass protection his way, trying to slow him down. But this has been coming from a lot of different spots, and right now it just looks to be a breakdown in the protection, and they have no answer on how to stop it.
Quickly to the outside and complete.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Smith. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The home team's offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming, getting started with 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. He's got his big tight end, Henry. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Now, May. Airing one out for Bourne. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this 1st half will come to an end. 3rd quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Laube now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In motion is Myers. Play action now. It's Gino. The throw to the right flat. It is caught. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Now he'll air one out, and that is incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier. These are game-changing opportunities, Mike, and at this level, when you have a wide receiver that open downfield, you've got to connect. And in this case, he just flat out missed them. And we're talking about a massive play had they connected, but instead, that's a mistake he's going to wish he had back.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll give this to Stevenson, running right. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
What a good run there. That's going to put him over 100 for today's game, Mike. And it just seems as the game goes on, this guy just seems to get better and better.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. Smith to throw on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, Vegas.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Second down, Smith. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
Man in motion here is Tucker. From the shotgun, Smith. He gets this one to Tucker. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. To throw, Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
Got his man at the 6. And he's in. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Vegas.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Patriots offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. They'll give up the middle to Stevenson. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
On 1st and 10, here's May. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. May to throw on 2nd down. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. First and 10. They'll run it here with Antonio Gibson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And that is incomplete.
We had a chance to sit down with the defensive coaches the other day, and we asked them, give us a few key points for today's game. And the first thing out of their mouth, Mike, what was it? It was, we got to get off the field on 3rd down. Well, here we are in the second half, and they've done just that. Right now, this offense has no answers on 3rd down.
Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs. The Raiders offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Smith. He keeps it himself.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
2nd and 7. They'll motion a tight end right. On 2nd down, Smith. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw now. May has completed to Douglas. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On play action, here's May. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On the give, this is Stevenson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
On first down, they'll stay with Stevenson on the ground. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Man in motion, it's Diggs. Here's Stevenson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. On the carry, it's Stevenson. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On the handoff, it's Stevenson. He is in. Ramondre Stevenson. Touchdown, New England.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return it, here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. Quick throw, taken in.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. They go play action with Smith. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. Third down coming up.
And a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong. That's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape, he knows he should have had it.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
He is met and dropped. Good defense, loss of a couple on that play. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And a determined run there inside the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. Won't be by much. He needed 3. He got 3. But the mark says first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance. But I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough. And they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Not much happening there. Just a short game. Here's a second and 9. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll go play action. It's Smith. That's caught downfield by Tucker. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 23 yards. Down at the 12. It's first and 10. Here's a toss, right side. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Owned back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down. They'll try to run this one in. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
He'll go. It's White. Good blocking, and he's in. Zamir White. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5, and he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense getting set to get back to work. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw is May. Now he'll run. And May will not risk it. Into the slide. And he's got the 1st down. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
He'll spot Henry open downfield. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll go play action with May. Digs on the reception. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Mostert now to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Off the play fake. He fumbled the football. And this is taken in by the defense. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. That is caught at the 3. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example.
And he will score! Game on! Ramondre Stevenson, touchdown New England. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So they've cut into the lead, now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Mostert now to return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Raiders offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Tight end motioning left. His drive will start on the ground. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. One of the tight ends motions right. A 2nd down throw for Smith. Over the middle, that's the tight end Bowers. Big strides, look at him go. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 75 yards. Touchdown, Vegas.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's May. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
May now on 1st and 10. He'll find his man. That's Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. To throw on 1st down is May. That'll be complete to Gibson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Here's May again. That's into the hands of Diggs. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
This passing attack is proving to be a lot to handle for this defense, Mike, especially over the last couple plays. 4 plays, 4 passes, 4 first downs. It doesn't get much more efficient than that. And let's give credit to the offensive coordinator. Don't try to fix it if it ain't broken.
May to the air once more. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. On 3rd and a yard, here's May. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. Mostert now to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. The Raiders send their punt team out as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Patriots offense about ready to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to Diggs. It is 2nd down and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. That's caught by Bourne. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Here's a big one. This 3rd down. To throw again is May. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. May to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is May. That's going to wind up incomplete, but a penalty flag is down on the play. Let's see what that's all about. Going to need a big play now. 3rd down and long. Here we go. One final play. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish as this one will come to an end. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. They were forced to travel cross-country. They get the early start, 10 a.m. on their body clocks. They're happy now. They come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.